What's up, everybody? It's Greg, Coffee Fuel. I've got another one for you guys. I like to call it Wick It Wednesday, unless we can come up with a better name, and maybe we can. Um, Thank you guys for coming to check out the Best Damn Vape show right here in the corner. Really do appreciate you guys coming on YouTube and checking out what all I have to say. Like I said, the point behind me doing this is to try and explain things a little better, or at least in my own style, that may make better sense for some people. You know, taking more time to explain, answering your questions, which is more what this specific video or this series of videos is going to hopefully take care of. Wick It Wednesday, I wanted to do more teaching techniques, teaching you how to wick, how to build wire. Maybe not anything, crazy, but I might get some insane ideas from time to time. We're also going to be taking a look at different types of cotton, different types of metals, things like that, so that, maybe you guys can kind of educate yourselves a little bit more on how to build. So, with that, it's not going to be a super long video, but I wanted to kind of introduce you guys to some of the tricks and items that I'm going to be using, and you'll see these throughout the videos. Um, one of the big things I wanted to kind of bring up and talk about with you guys is that I will be talking about different types of cotton. Um, kind of giving you guys a little bit of a review, a little bit of a closer look at stuff like, juicy wicks here. And then over here I've got some of the suicide bunny tails. We're going to be taking a closer look at that. I've also got a little bit, not much left. I need to refill this, but we'll look at some cotton bacon too. So I want to get a closer look at, the flavor, how well it wicks. Easy to deal with, not a lot of extra waste, which is one problem with a lot of different types of cotton, is that you end up throwing away a lot more than you need to. Another thing we're going to look at is how to build wire, building Claptons, doing twisted wire, how to prime your coils, make sure that they're heating evenly, some tips on how to do that. Which is why I have this setup here a little bit closer to the table, and I've got a build mat. Which a build mat, if you're going to get into building and dealing with a lot of little items like the screws that I have here, super tiny screws. The best thing about a build mat is that these things are not going to roll away very easily. I've got a wooden table underneath, and if one of these screws falls onto the table, it's going to roll off, and I'll have to find a flashlight and a magnet, see if I can pick it up. But yeah, we've got a build mat here. I've got a little case with some pre-built wire, and we'll be taking a look at some of this stuff here in the future. One major tip, and some of you guys might have seen this before, one major tip I have for you guys, since this is all about quitting smoking, a really good use for your ashtray, if you still have it, is to put it in the corner of your build area, because this is perfect for picking up extra bits of cotton, maybe old coils. When you get done with them, just toss them in here. And if you didn't get a chance to clean it up before when you put down cigarettes, trust me, within a week or 2 weeks of building, clean this thing out with all the cotton, it's going to be practically brand new. So there's that. I've got several different types of drip tips in here, and a little extra bit of cotton. But the big thing I wanted to show to you guys is what I feel is absolutely essential. Build mat is nice. You don't have to have it. If you can pick one up, great. But I have here a 521 tab from Coil Master. And yes, that does have a wrap on it. I'll talk more about wraps here in the future. But Yeah, this is a pretty cool little device. You can turn it on, get a good reading on the power, whatever you've got in here, and then you can also flip it the other way and it'll tell you what the resistance is. I've got 0.25 in here right now. But yeah, this is the other best part too. You can fire it up. Got a little bit of battery power left in here, not much though. See, I'm still trying to work on evenly getting these coals going. Yeah, it jumped up to 0.3. So yeah, this one is still got a lot of work to it. You can do just a normal jet black, but I find that for me to find it easy on a desk with, you know, a few bottles, maybe a couple mods, getting a wrap to me just it made better sense. So and you can pick up a wrap from J Wraps. They do have these for the 521 tab. They might have some for the mini 521 tab too. But I love this thing. Love it, love it, love it. The other thing that I wanted to show to you guys too is a build kit. You need to have something like this if you're going to be dealing with a lot of wire. And I'll just show you guys really quick some of the stuff that we have in here. And this is the V2 kit. There has been another version that came out recently, I think within the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 months maybe. It's got some different items in here, but there are some essential tools. And if you guys take a trip over to, say, like a Home Depot or electronics store, you might find something like this or some of these items. But your best bet is just to go and find a kit yourself that has everything in it. So first thing we have is wire cutters. Very close. Nice little angle. Really close up on the point on these. And this is really essential for trying to get to some of the leads if you have to like reach in between coils. This has really, really good reach. And sorry about the lighting. I'm still trying to work on getting all this to where it looks better. So, you know, when I do builds, you guys will hopefully be able to see this a lot better. Next thing we have is needle nose pliers. Now, I know some of you guys may have this in your kit and you're going, dude, why the hell do I need this? Needle nose pliers actually work really well for doing twisted builds. And I love twisted builds. Just good flavor, good cloud production. You know, all you really need for that is a power drill and these pliers right here. Next thing we have in the kit, and you probably do have something like this laying around your house, which is helpful, but these are much smaller in the points, and that's the screwdrivers. You've got a rather large size handle here, especially if you have any kind of carpal tunnel or arthritis. I know for me, sometimes I'll end up getting cramps really bad in my thumb area. So if I really want to put pressure on it, I can get a good, really good solid grip with these screwdrivers. So you've got a Phillips head here, and then you've got a flat head here. And there is, if you look here on the side, I seriously doubt you guys can see that clearly. But it does tell you the size and that it is a flat head, and then same thing on the Phillips head. Next thing, crucial. I think this is absolutely crucial, and that's ceramic tip tweezers. The best part about these is that when you heat up wire, you can use this to strum across the coils. You can use it to squeeze, adjust, whatever, and you don't have to wait for the wire to cool down. And the reason you want to do that is because when wire is heated up, it's easy to bend, much easier to bend. So these ceramic tips will let you get in and make the adjustments without burning yourself. So I do love these guys, and I mean, you can tell I got a good little bit of practice in with these guys. Might be about time to replace them, but they still got a good amount of mileage left on them, I think. Next thing we have is needle nose pliers, or needle nose tweezers. Sorry. This is really good for trying to get into the coils, get a good grip on cotton. If you end up accidentally cutting a lead and it falls off into your RDA, this is really good to just reach in and grab them. There's just so many different uses for these. Now the tips are super sharp. You can see the kind of pressure it's putting on my finger right there, but do not carry these around in your pocket. They will break skin easily. I've actually had this happen to me quite a few times. So, kind of my own dumbass fault, but anyway. Scissors. Probably my favorite pair of scissors, or at least they were before they started losing some of the spring. And I've had this kit for probably about 2 years now, so it is about time to replace it. But really fine scissors, good for cutting down your cotton, good for several things actually. It's really good for if you're trying to break the plastic seal on your bottles. When push comes to shove, just get these guys out here. And then the last part, and I'll actually clear off the space a little bit so you guys can see what's going on here. I'm going to grab my tweezer, or my wire cutters. I'm going to grab this little block here. And grab this. And I will grab this. So, oh yeah, and the other part too, you have spots for 2 batteries, and I kind of ran out of battery cases, so this serves a purpose pretty well. You can see that the leads here are completely covered by the styrofoam here and here. Really good tight grip, which is what you want. You don't want those leads exposed, because if that comes into contact with any of this metal, boom. So yeah, battery safety, I cannot stress that enough. Battery safety, you want to make sure that you have these in a nice secure place, especially if you have battery cases. The last part is, and this was something that they did change in the latest version of the DIY kit, and that is the ohm reader. Now they did replace this with a mini 521 tab, and like I said, when I upgrade my kit, I'll give you guys a very close look at this, but you always want to make sure that you have some type of ohm reader. You want to make sure that your readings are correct. You want to make sure that it's heating evenly before you ever get it out and onto your mod, because that could be dangerous. So I'm going to show you guys this really cool coil jig, and I don't know many people that really go into super great detail with this, so I just kind of want to take you through quickly so you'll know how this works. And we'll cut off a little bit of wire, just a little bit. Because this has saved me a lot of grief when it comes to trying to wrap wire. If you guys have ever attempted to with a screwdriver, you know how difficult it is, especially to get it right up against each other in just a clean wrap. So this is the jig itself, and this is the latest version. See, there's a little bit of a divot here, which I didn't have in some of the older versions. This is a new addition. You've also got a couple holes here, and the way this works is you have a block that has in here, there's actually 6, but I couldn't find the other one. There's 6 leads, and you pick the size 1.5 to 2.5 and so on, all the way up to 4. I usually go for this one right here at a 3. See if you guys can See that on camera? Probably not. Probably not. But what you want to do is match up this number with the number that you have here on your, I don't even think there's a word for it, just the other end. So I'm going to actually use this 3 with the 3 lead here. So I'm going to unscrew this part out, take this lead, drop it in, and close it back. And the really cool part about this, like I said with the larger leads, is if you do crazier builds, if you do fused Clapton, staggered fused, aliens, whatever, this works good to grip onto the end of your wire and make it easier for you to wrap, which was something that they didn't have before. This was always accustomed to just standard coils, but they kind of stepped up the game a little bit because of crazy builds. So anyway, you got a couple holes here. For me personally, I'm right-handed, so I'm actually going to go up through here and over. Okay, so this is actually going to wrap around this way. So let me cut off some of this extra wire so we don't have a whole lot spinning around on camera. Hopefully you guys can see this pretty clear. But yeah, just a standard length of wire. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold right here with my thumb this extra bit of wire. Remember I had the 3. I'm going to take this 3, put it on here and twist. And what's going to happen is, see this little silver knob? This is going to grab onto the wire and keep it rotating. Keep it rotating nice and even. You don't want to put too much pressure. Just kind of let the wire run itself. And you can just keep wrapping and wrapping. I think the first time I did this, I put way too much pressure on. Just because I did not know what I was doing, and it wrapped on top of itself. But it's just a light bit of pressure to wrap this wire all the way around. I don't know how well you guys can see it there, but that my camera sucks. But yeah, that is just an even wrap of wire. So I will be using this in much better lighting, but you guys will be able to see the builds going on with this. So like I said, Wick It Wednesday is going to be more of a tutorial type of a video series. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them on this video or join the Facebook group, Instagram. I mean, the Best Damn Vape Show, I'm putting this everywhere. So if you have questions, maybe if you're a new vapor and you want to know something, let me know. We can cover it. Or if you're an experienced vapor and you hear these questions a lot, maybe I can provide a better explanation than some people can. But anyway, like I said, guys, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and check the links down below. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.